Hello friends, welcome back to this video on analog communication. In this video I am going to talk about demodulation technique, which is square loop technique to extract the information signal from the modulated signal in the case of double sideband suppressed carrier amplitude modulation. So I have already discussed about DSB-SC amplitude modulated signal. So now here I am extracting the information signal, that is XT. So here this is the block diagram of the circuit of square loop technique. So here I am feeding the MT. MT is my modulated output. So modulated double sideband suppressed carrier. So it represents DSB SC modulated signal. So it is fed to a square circuit from where I'll get the M square T. Then it is fed to a narrow band filter. So I hope you know what is narrow band filter. Its band is very limited and it is used to extract the exact information around surrounding this frequency only. So this is, so 2 omega C is the tuned frequency and it is used to extract the information around 2 omega C. After that I have the product modulator. So here from the voltage controlled oscillator we have a locally generated carrier, so which is represented as AC. So it is here. So from here it is generating a carrier which is AC cos omega C plus delta omega into T plus phi. So here you can see I have both frequency error as well as phase error. So the output signal, which is represented by the locally generated carrier after the voltage controlled oscillator, is this. So it is multiplied with the output which is passed to the low pass filter. So from here, from this feedback circuit, we can extract the exact value of the locally generated carrier with the help of the error signals generated. So from here the error signal 1 would be generated and from here the error signal 2 would be generated. So now these error signals are used to tune the voltage controlled oscillator, and when the voltage controlled oscillator is tuned, it is giving me the exactly same frequency and zero phase with respect to the carrier which was used in the transmitter. So after that the output is taken, the frequency is divided by 2, and then from this full circuit I have generated the carrier. So this carrier is multiplied with the modulated signal again and which is passed to the low pass filter. So this is synchronous detection. So this part represents the synchronous detector. Here modulated signal multiplied with the carrier and which is passed to the low pass filter. This is the representation of a synchronous detector. So let's understand mathematically what is happening. So let's see, MT is equal to AC cos omega CT into XT. So this was my MT. If I am taking XT to be AM cos omega MT, so I am taking single tone modulation. So now MT is AC AM cos omega MT into cos omega CT. So this is my MT now. So this MT is fed to this square circuit and I am getting M square T. So let's understand what is M square T. So we are squaring all the terms. So it is AC square AM square cos square omega MT into cos square omega CT. So now what I did here, I divided by 4 and multiplied by 2 to cos square omega MT and 2 to cos square omega CT. So this is the formula of 2 cos square theta. So now I can simplify and write it like, so I am writing 1 by 4 AC square AM square. So it's a constant, so I am writing it as AK. So AK represents this constant term and this is 1 minus cos 2 theta. Theta is omega MT and this is 1 minus cos 2 theta. Here theta is omega CT. So now I'll multiply and see what is the output. So I'll multiply all of the values. So here I got ak into 1 minus cos 2 omega mt minus cos 2 omega ct plus cos 2 omega mt into cos 2 omega ct. So now I can represent it as ak into these terms. So now this m square t, this was my m square t, it was passed to the narrow band filter, and I said after the narrow band filter I am getting the frequency which is tuned to 2 omega t. So if I represent the frequency represented by these signals, so I have m square t is represented by 1, so at 0 I have a signal. So now this signal is at 2 omega m, so it is at 2 omega m. It is represented by impulse because cos Fourier transform is in impulse. Similarly, cos 2 omega ct, it is at 2 omega c. So now after that I have cos 2 omega mt into cos 2 omega ct. So this is cos a cos b, I can represent it as cos a plus b plus cos a minus b. So these are two frequencies centered around 2 omega c minus 2 omega m and this is centered around frequency 2 omega c plus 2 omega m. So now these are the various representation of the frequency spectrum of this signal m square t. So now it is when it is passed through the narrow band filter. So narrow band filter will extract this signal only, and all of the signal except this signal are rejected. So one is rejected because it is here. The narrow band filter will not pass it. Cos 2 omega mt, it is also rejected, it is here. So this signal will pass, and this signal is also rejected because it is here and here. So now I am left out with cos 2 omega ct. So now I am not considering negative sign because I have considered ak to be my constant. So now after that what happens? I have the voltage controlled oscillator which is generating this signal. So this is the locally generated carrier with the frequency error and the phase error which is multiplied to this signal which is passed after the narrow band filter. So now I have the signal which is passed after the narrow band filter is ak cos 2 omega ct. So it is at the frequency 2 omega c. I am multiplying it with ac cos 2 omega c plus delta omega plus phi. So now here at the product modulator, this signal and the signal after the narrow band filter would multiply. So I just multiplied this signal with this signal. So now after that I'll get the E1t. So this signal is represented as error function. So this is my first error function. So let's simplify it. So here I have ak into ac. I am taking upon 2. So cos 2 omega c plus delta omega t plus phi into cos 2 omega c t. So now I am taking this constant to be another constant a dash k. So ak into ac by 2 is also a constant. So now 2 cos a cos b, again it would be cos of a plus b. So this full term is my a and this is my b. So now it is represented by cos of a plus b. So a plus b would be 2 omega c plus delta omega t plus 2 omega ct, so it would be 4 omega c plus delta omega into t plus phi, and if I subtract them, so I am left out with cos of, so this 2 omega c and this 2 omega ct would be cancelled out, and I am left out with delta omega t plus phi. So now this represents my even t. So now I need to find out E2t. E2t is the even t signal passed through the low pass filter. So now let's see what happens when this signal will pass through the low pass filter. So this is a high frequency signal, 4 omega c. You can know that, you can understand that 4 omega c is a very high frequency. Omega c is itself a very high frequency. When it is multiplied by 4, it's a high frequency. So this signal is rejected by the low pass filter, but this signal, so this signal is cos of delta omega t plus phi. You can know that delta omega is the frequency error. So frequency error is very small when I compare to the normal frequency, because with the help of voltage controlled oscillator, the signal which I locally generate, I want it to be exactly same to the signal of the carrier which is generated in the transmitter. But due to some constraints, it is not possible to generate the exact signal. So now I try to keep delta omega as small as possible. So now you can see delta omega is as small as possible. So this full term and phi is also small. So now this full term will be very small. So now it represents a low frequency signal. So I can say E2t would be this signal only. So AK dash into cos delta omega t plus phi. So this is my E2t. Now E2t is AK dash cos delta omega t plus phi. So I hope you can see in the E2 signal I have delta omega as well phi. So now it is connected to the voltage controlled oscillator. So now the voltage controlled oscillator can be tuned to different frequency and different phase. It has a knob, so I'll start changing the frequency and the phase with the help of knob. So as soon as the frequency and phase will become 0, so now first I'll put delta omega to be 0. So now when delta omega is 0, E2t is equal to AK dash cos of phi. So now I can again change the phi with the help of the knob on the voltage controlled oscillator. So I can change the phase. So now when the phase becomes 90 degree, the phi becomes 90 degree, E2t will turn out to be 0. So now when the E2t will turn out to be 0, it is locked. So at this time I can say my voltage controlled oscillator's knob is locked, and now I am not changing any phase and frequency. So now from here I can say I have generated cos of 2 omega ct. So the CT generated from here is, so CT is the signal here. The CT generated is AC cos 2 omega c. So now I don't have phi and I don't have the phase error, the frequency error. So both are eliminated. So now I have the locally generated carrier represented by this. So it is having twice the frequency of the carrier which was used in the transmitter. So now I can pass it through the frequency divider circuit. I can divide the frequency by 2. So here I'll get C dash T. So C dash T is AC cos omega c T. So now what is happening here? It's just the synchronous detector. MT is multiplied by the low pass filter. MT is multiplied by the carrier signal. So MT into C dash T. So MT was again AC cos omega ct into XT. It is multiplied with cos omega ct into AC. So here I'll get XT AC square upon 2 into 2 cos square omega c t. So now this 2 cos square omega c t can be represented as, so now this term would be eliminated because it's passing through the low pass filter, so this would be eliminated and I am left out with xt ac square upon 2. So it's just the same signal xt which is multiplied with some constant, so I can amplify the signal and I can get back the information signal with the help of my square loop detector. So with the help of this square loop detector, the block diagram is here, so I hope now you understood the functioning of each and every block here in the square loop technique. So if you still have any doubt, you can put the doubt in the comment box. I hope you like this video. If you like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel and push the like button. Thank you.